Good day, everybody. My name is Brandon Bishop. I'm the executive producer and owner of the ASY television network. And now I'm bringing back a passion project, so to speak, called ASYLUM Wrestling. Now, I have a bunch of questions that you guys have asked over the last couple months pertaining to my purchase of Primos Wrestling, some of the schematics that revolve around that, and a couple personal questions that you guys have wanted to know. Apparently, and with reason, you would like to get to know the person who has bought Primos Wrestling as rebranding it to ASYLUM Wrestling. So I almost said ASYLUM Championship Wrestling because that's what it was called for 13 years. But we've dropped the C. There's no more championship. I've never really liked that in the title of the company. So it's just going to be ASYLUM Wrestling from now on. So let me get to some of your questions. Shane wants to know what was/is ASYLUM Wrestling? Well, ASYLUM Wrestling was a project, this kind of a fun little thing we wanted to do at my old nightclub, which was called the ASYLUM Concert Club. And this was in Oklahoma back in the year 2000. So we were just going to do some skit comedy type stuff and show, believe it or not, Monday Night Raw at the nightclub and just do some stuff in between it. And it escalated quickly. We found an actual wrestling ring, and then when you have a wrestling ring, people come out of the woodwork and they want to be a part of it. So we found some trained independent wrestlers like Ty Magnus and Julian Wolfenbarger and Jeff Tiger and John O'Malley and guys like that, who most of them are still friends of mine to this day. So we started training in the year 2000, and all for 13 straight years. ASYLUM, then known as ASYLUM Championship Wrestling, set the standard wherever we went. We went all through Texas, we went all through Oklahoma, then we came out here in 2006, and we took over the circuit. When I came to Colorado and started partaking in Colorado wrestling, the promoters here, most of them that I worked for, didn't know what a run sheet was. They had no production. They had maybe some lights on a blanket that covered a little entranceway made out of something. Was very unimpressive. Most of them didn't have ring aprons. Most of them didn't have a clue of what they were doing until ASYLUM Championship Wrestling came to town and taught them all. And next thing you know, they all have run sheets. They all have entrances. They all have video screens when they walk in there. They all have production to the best of their abilities. So ASYLUM Championship Wrestling at that time was a lot of fun. I think we set a lot of barriers and we broke a lot of barriers. So, but it's nothing compared to what ASYLUM Wrestling is going to be when we relaunch, hopefully this summer. There's a lot of paperwork, okay? There's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of stuff to buy, and there's a lot of, we already have a venue, we already have a full roster, we already have the crew and the satellite crew, the announcers and refs and everything like that. We already have ASY TV, which I happen to own. So we have national, actually global television. With thousands of people that already watch and that are looking forward to ASYLUM Wrestling. So, yeah, that's what ASYLUM Wrestling, Championship Wrestling was. What will it be? I'm just going to have to say you're going to have to wait and find out. We haven't been around. ASYLUM Championship Wrestling is another question from Julian. ASYLUM Championship Wrestling has not been around since 2013. Why bring it back now? Well, an opportunity arose. Let's get into the purchase of Primos. I wasn't looking whatsoever. I am a busy guy. Not only do I have ASY TV, I also have a project called The 22, which is coming out, which is a nationwide, state-by-state list of all things food, drink, and adventure. It's a huge project. So it's going to eat up a lot of the next 2 years, and hopefully it pays off well for us. There's also, I live in Colorado Springs. We're doing the Colorado Springs channel. I also do monthly charity events, such as the upcoming Chocolate and Cheese Expo and the Gamer Tacos and Comic-Con. So there's that, and there's my son and I. We write books together. We're published authors. There's a lot going on. I have a band called One-Eyed Buffalo. My guitar player passed away last year, and I have one more album to complete. You can find our music on Amazon. You can find, you can find the book on Amazon. You can find our music on Apple Music and Spotify and all that stuff. There's a lot going on, and I'm scratching the surface here. There's a lot going on in my life. I was not looking forward to getting, or even looking whatsoever, to get back into the wrestling business. But like I said, Joey is somebody I brought with me to be an extra in at Monday Night Raw when they were at Denver in October. They didn't use us, so we basically hung out in catering. People talk when they're hanging out in catering. Trust me, there's a lot of food there. There's a lot of time to fill. Joey mentioned that he was tired. He was tired of wrestling. He was tired of being a promoter, and I know that feeling. I've been through that. That's why Asylum Wrestling has not been around since 2013. I get it. But he offered to sell the company to me because he knows that I'm capable of doing it, and I appreciated that. But I turned him down. A week later, he asked me again, and the price was right, and it just kind of something clicked. Wrestling's hotter now than it's ever been. So, as a businessman, it's foolish not to at least explore the opportunity. Is this going to be around for 30 years? I don't know. But it's worth exploring the opportunity. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, why not? Why not? Like I said, I basically just bought a ring and a bunch of lights and a couple of trademarks for stuff that I'm not going to use anymore. I don't need his belts. I don't need things that say Primos on it. Maybe I'll keep the Primos Championship around because it's got such a long lineage. As like a secondary title to the Asylum Wrestling Championship. Maybe it'll be a world title. Hell, we're broadcasting our TV show around the world. Maybe we'll call it that and just call a bunch of secondary titles, whatever the hell we call it. I don't know yet, man. There's a lot of work to do. So why am I bringing it now? Because an opportunity arose and I took the opportunity. So why change Primos? Why rebrand? Well, John, it's simple. Primos, while it may mean something to you, definitely, obviously means something to Joey, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's not my fingerprint. It's not my DNA. I didn't create Primos. I've wrestled in Primos a bunch of times over the last 15 years. Absolutely. I respect that Primos has lasted so long. I'm not really into the death matchy type stuff. It's not my flavor of pizza sauce. Everyone's got their own taste. Everyone has their own identity. And Primos isn't mine. So Asylum Wrestling will come back, and that will be my DNA. That will be my fingerprints all over it. Because it's mine. I created it. And I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back to life. I'm giving it CPR. I'm breathing it right back to life. Primos had a great run. All good things must end. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm getting a lot of heat from this, especially from Joey himself, because when he sold it to me, he thought I was going to keep the Primos thing around. He thought I was going to be a babysitter. I'm not a babysitter. I am a creator. You call yourself the provider in the persona that you're using right now, and I'm also a provider. But I have to provide within my image, and Primos isn't it. So I understand that's why you're pissed off. That's why you basically attacked me in December when I'm saying goodbye to Jason. That's why you did what you did last month. I only asked for 5 minutes, man. I was in there for 15 because of you. All I wanted to do was announce to the boys and girls that, hey, I bought the company. I'm going to make some changes. I'd like to talk to all of you, and this is my face. So get to know me because I'm going to be around for a while. And if you want to work with me, great. If you don't, then great. If you're talented enough to be a part of the Asylum Wrestling roster, then great. That was my only intention. That was my only agenda. Now, if you want to bring out the funny Brandon, I can talk all day long. Not only am I a businessman, I was a pro wrestler for almost 20 years. I've been on the biggest stages and I've been in the smallest stages and I've been everywhere in between. Trust me, I've won titles all over this country. But that's not what I'm doing this for. I don't want to be in the ring for Asylum Wrestling. I plan on being a television commentator to push my own show, to keep that thing moving along. That is what I intend on doing. I intend on keeping the show running. I'm going to be a producer of this television show. So why am I and another thing, Primos is a broken brand. It's been around forever. Yes, it's had its successful moments. Yes. But it's broken right now. The fans aren't clamoring at the moment. There's nothing worth keeping around. Yes, I paid for the trademarks. Yes, I paid for the copyrights. But that's it. They're not worth anything to me. They're not worth anything. So, with Primos, I look at it as a broken brand and I needed to rebrand as a business decision. Again, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm a businessman. I'm not a babysitter. I'm not here to make everybody happy. I'm here to make money and run a successful television show for my successful television network. It's an addition. And that's it. Yes, I have a history in the ring. Yes, I have a history of being a wrestling promoter. But that's not how I'm looking at it right now. I don't care about bringing 10,000 people to a show. I don't care about bringing 1,000 people to a show. I need to fill a television space of wild and crazy fans that will react to what we're offering them. Most of these TV shows are going to take place backstage. We'll probably film 3 of them in a night, just to give you a little bit of fourth wall action right there. So I'm looking at this in a whole nother way. I'm looking at this as a television producer. So why am I rebranding it? Because I don't think Primos will make a very good television show. That's why. So hang on. Gotta keep the logo in the back. You know, I got this whole energy saver thing. Okay, Jesse, what can we expect? Oh, I skipped one. Let's go with it. What can we expect from Asylum Wrestling? Kind of just told you. There will be a lot of faces that aren't from Colorado. Because honestly, when I left Colorado in 2014, I had a pretty bad taste in my mouth. There's a couple promotions up in Denver. I mean, I'm not here to filter myself. New Era Wrestling, they treated me like garbage. Somebody who busted his back literally and figuratively to promote them and help them get equipment, which they still have my microphone system. And then bring them talent and elevate their talent. I did whatever I could. I was a loyal troop. And I got treated like crap for it. So, and then there's others, you know, even Primos treated me like crap at a time. You know, all this smack talking online. And you know what happens when you trash talk Brandon Bishop online? And I know where you're at, I show up. So I wasn't happy with the way that I exited Colorado's wrestling scene. So now I have a chance to make up for that. And I plan on fully doing that by delivering one of the best pro wrestling products that's ever. And this is not me sitting there going, I'm better than anybody else. I'm not stupid enough to do that. That's what they do up there. We're the best wrestling promotion and we're death-defying and we're the best and we're the best. And no, you're not. You're not. I'm not here to challenge you. This is not a competition. I'm not here to try to outdraw anybody. I'm not here to get the internet marks going crazy about what we're doing. Well, actually, I am attempting to do that, but I'm here to promote Asylum Wrestling as a television product. And that's it. I don't care what you're doing in Denver or anywhere else, or even in Colorado Springs. I don't care. You're not competition because you're not a television product. Now, and even if you were, you're not on my network. You see, a lot of people are just dumb for the way they think about these things. You know, when, like, I heard, what is it called? In-N-Out Burger is coming here to Colorado Springs. I'm excited about that. I'm a chubby guy. I like me a good cheeseburger. In-N-Out's great. I get them in California all the time. But McDonald's and Burger King and Sonic aren't sitting around going, well, sure, they're gonna come here. You want to fight? You want to? Come on, you're gonna make me raise my game. None of them are saying that because they don't care. It's not really going to cost them that much extra. It's not going to affect their business whatsoever. I'm not here to mess with Colorado Springs Wrestling or whoever's in the Springs nowadays. I have no idea. I'm not here to challenge Rocky Mountain Pro. I think they're doing amazing things. They just freaking ran a huge show at the Pepsi Center. That's great. It's amazing. That's awesome. I'm not here to challenge their TV show. I'm not here to challenge New Era Wrestling. I don't care about them. They're part of the past for me. I am here to run Asylum Wrestling and put on a great television product and a great pro wrestling product, and that is it. So that's what you can expect. What does this personally mean to you? This is actually from Jesse. Sorry, Jesse. What does it mean to me? It means a lot, but not as much as you may think. This is a business acquisition. This is a business project. This, like I said a million times already, this is a television show. I have 43 other television shows that take place all around the country, soon all around the world. We got stuff that we're brewing in England. We got stuff that we're actually doing in Nepal, of all places. We have a show in China with some people that we've been talking to there. So Not to mention Rio de Janeiro, if I can say that right. So we've got things brewing all over the world. We have television shows in New York City and Vegas and Chicago and Detroit and a bunch of them here in Colorado. And I look at all of them the same way as I'm looking at this. This is another television show. It's going to be a lot of work and it could be a lot of fun. I love promoting a pro wrestling show. I love producing a pro wrestling show. It's what I was meant to do. I think I was pretty damn good in the ring too. But that's not what I'm going for anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to beat the hell out of myself. I was lucky. I wrestled for almost 20 years and I never broke anything major. Except for a lot of hearts. You know who you are. Anyways, let's see. Let's get on with this. What new stars and what old stars are you bringing to and back to ASYLUM Wrestling? They said ASYLUM Championship Wrestling, but there's no C. I don't know yet. I do know a few. My buddy Chango, sorry, I didn't mean to call you Chango. My buddy Chango is everything that I look for in a star. The guy can talk, and the guy can walk the walk. He's physically imposing. He's legit. I had a guy named Angel Williams for just about the entire run of ASYLUM Championship Wrestling. And the guy was as legit as they come. And he was imposing. He could talk his ass off. He could work. And there's not many like him. Chongo is like him. And I look forward to working with him. We're going to do some film work with him up in February. And I really showcase this guy. And everybody on the roster. But he's my number one draft pick. I'm taking him. I'm putting him under contract. And he's going to make more money with me than he's ever made with Primos. And I'll never keep him away from other promotions. That's how you elevate your game. You get around, you wrestle at other places. I'm not going to sit there and say you can't wrestle at Rocky Mountain Pro, and they would never do that to us. So I really want to elevate his game. I would love to see him use ASYLUM Wrestling as a stepping stone. I know that's putting my own product down, but I would love to see him succeed. And there's a ton of honestly, as soon as the news broke, my feed went crazy from a lot of you refs, like I said, commentators and people that want to shoot and take pictures and the whole gamut. Everything I need was offered to me within about 5 hours, not to mention an entire roster. So there's going to be a lot of old faces from people like Cody Jones and Ryan Justice and people that I've stayed friends with, the whole Utah crew. Martin Casals, our last champion. If he's healthy again, we'd love to have him back. Guys like Franco D'Angelo in Dallas, love to have him back. John O'Malley, you name it. ACW had a long, storied history. And why deny that history to the next chapter? So, anyways, I plan on doing a 10-minute video here, but if you know Brandon Bishop, like Eric Angel said, I'm a little long-winded. So, anyways, will you be at the February event for Primos? Yes, I actually have to be there because I'm doing some film work with Chongo, and I'm doing some paperwork with several wrestlers up there to bring them into ASYLUM Wrestling. So there'll be a lot of meetings. There'll be, will I be in the ring? No, probably. Will I be cutting promos again? No, I said what I had to say, and I'm saying it again now, so why beat a dead horse? I gave Joey which is my next question. I gave Joey 6 shows when we talked. When I bought the company in November, actually, officially, and signed it and got it notarized and everything legally binding, I gave him 6 more shows because I'm a nice guy, believe it or not. I didn't get a send-off for ASYLUM Championship Wrestling. 1 minute, I'm in the ring with Goldust and Martin Casals and Danger Dean and Aaron the Candyman, and we had this great match. Paul Basilla was in there, Jason Knoll, Jason was in there. Excuse me if I'm forgetting who else was in there, but we had this amazing Survivor Series elimination match, and I'm standing in the ring with Goldust, and everything's good. Packed house, great production, lights are going, fans are cheering. And then the next thing you know, it was gone. Everything was gone. The venue shut down, and I just freaking had it. Just like Joey. I imagine he was going through the same thing when he talked to me and we did our business. It was gone. That's all I did, man. For 13 and a half years, that's all that I did was promote Asylum Championship Wrestling. It paid my bills. It fed my family. It got me everything I needed to get by. And it gave me a sense of creative freedom, and it was my identity for almost a decade and a half. And I wrestled longer than that. But it was mine. It was my baby, and it was ripped out by other people's failures, and I never got that send-off. So, I'm on good terms with Joey when we're doing business. We're talking about old times. We're having a great time with it. So I said, hey man, how about I give you, since you already have these shows booked, why don't I give you those last 6 shows? So you can do a proper send-off, man. Do it like you want to do it. Give yourself a proper send-off. I, honestly, when I showed up in December, was there to kind of secretly talk about doing a nice send-off for Joey, because he worked his ass off for all of these years, 20 years just about, just as long as I have. I wanted to talk to everybody backstage and say, hey, in May, at the last Primos show, which May is going to be, I think it's May 2nd, will be the last Primos show. I said, hey, let's do something good for Joey. I said that to 9 or 10 people. I didn't get a lot of time because everyone's doing their thing, but I wanted to have like a big surprise party for the guy, to be honest with you. And I never got to do that, obviously, because he started shit with me that day. So you cost yourself a surprise party. Maybe I would have had Chongo come out of a big cake and give you a big hug, and yeah, we have a nice food fight in the ring. But that's not going to happen now but I'm still legally binded. Actually, I'm not legally binded to give you 6 more shows, but I will stick to my word. Because no matter what stupid ass Eric Angel has to say, or even Joey himself, I am a man of my word, and I do live up to my word. If you don't believe me, then you don't fucking know me. Excuse my French. Not very businesslike. Okay, let me get back to the business and Brandon here. So, anyways, so he's got 6 shows. December was number 6. January was number 5. In February, I think it's the 7th. I will be there, and that is number 4. You'll have 3 shows after that, and Primos is gone. It will be rebranded to Asylum Wrestling sometime this summer. It may not be till August, which is almost symbolic because our first ever show was August 11th in the year 2001. So, yeah, that's really all I've got to say. If you've got any more questions for me, email me, look me up on social media, just talk to me individually. Don't buy the hype. Don't listen to the Eric Angels and the Joeys and all them out there, or whoever else is out there. I don't know who they are. I know a lot of people like to talk. This is the wrestling business. This is why I don't want to be a part of the wrestling business. I am in the television business. Because I don't want to deal with the drama. I don't want to deal with the negative Nancys out there that got their butts hurt maybe 12 years ago or 8 years ago or however long it's been. If you can't get over something after 8 years, it's no longer my problem. That would be your problem, and you've got other problems as well that you need to address. I am here to do business. If you can't accept that, then don't be a part of it. It's real simple. If you don't like the song that's playing on the radio, you turn it off or you switch the station. If you don't like the show that's on TV, you turn it off or you switch the station and you go onto a side TV where everything's great. By the way, you can get a side TV at asytv.com. It's only $5, 17 cents a day. It's over 600 hours of all original and classic TV and movies. Truly something for everybody. You've got Netflix, you've got Hulu, you've got Amazon Prime, you've got HBO Go. Hell, you've probably got Disney Plus, don't you? Mandalorian is great. Now get ASY TV, ASY TV, which, by the way, ASY TV was derivative from Asylum Wrestling. It's just the word asylum cut in half. I couldn't have Asylum Wrestling. Somebody already owned it. I mean, Asylum Network, because somebody owns it. See, I stick to the rules, and I expect that you will too. So don't be a downer. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Forget all the negativity. Be positive. Be excited. Asylum Wrestling is coming. And I know you're upset about Primos. Hell, I'm upset to see Primos go, even though I'm the one that has to pull the plug. They did wonderful things. They had a great run. Joey, I commend you. But like I said, all things must end. But sometimes you're lucky. And something awesome comes back from the grave. Asylum Wrestling is the zombie of Colorado, and we're here to eat some brains. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in February, Primos Wrestling.